Hello, lovely. I've missed you. Did you miss me? Today, we'll be looking at definite and indefinite articles. I said definite and indefinite articles. Learning English grammar requires a lot of work. There can be a lot of rules, a lot of limits to the rules, and sometimes there can be uncertainties. Things you're not certain about. But one area of English grammar where you are very likely to encounter some or all of these is when learning definite and indefinite articles. But don't worry about that, because in this lesson we shall learn how to avoid the common mistakes that people make when using the definite and indefinite articles in expressions. And please, when I talk of article in English grammar, it has nothing to do with magazine or newspaper articles that we read or write. It's completely different. So now we ask, what is an article in grammar, of course? What is an article? An article is a short word that describes or that introduces a noun. In fact, articles are also called adjectives. The reason is that they describe nouns, and you remember adjectives are words that describe nouns, so that's exactly what article also does. Now, in English language, we have nouns like book, apple, president. Now, if I'm to introduce them, I will say a book, an apple, the president. Now, looking at the words on black ink on your screen, they are articles. Now we'll be looking at what and how they work. There are, of course, three articles in English language: a, an, and the. Oftentimes, people are confused on which one to use at a particular point in time. So what are the uses of the indefinite articles? In fact, how do we use them? This is part of the questions we want to answer in this lesson. So let's make progress. A is used in front of words that begin with consonant sounds such as B, C, D, J, G, K, T, and so on and so forth. Remember, A is indefinite, is an indefinite article. So oftentimes it refers to what is not specific. Example, a box, a man, a cat. Did you take notice that box began with B, man began with M, and cat began with C? Okay, so in that case, it's showing that they are all consonants. A is also used in front of a word with a long U sound. Of course, U, it's a vowel, but we are not talking of U as a letter. We are looking at U as a sound that you hear in a word. Okay, so if I have a word with a long U sound like university or yoke, we introduce them with A, an indefinite article. A is also used in front of singular countable nouns which are not specific. A person, a house. A person could be anybody. A house could be anything, anywhere, So it's not specific. Now, how about an, which is the other brother of a, also an indefinite article. It is used in front of words that begin with a vowel sound. The vowels in English language are A, E, I, O, U. So if I have words that begin with E, I, U, A, and so on, I cannot use A. It will make it awkward to say. So I say an egg, an ink, an umbrella. What other uses do we have of an? It is also used before words that begin with a silent H. Silent H. Sometimes certain letters are silent in a word. In words. So for example, in an hour, not in an hour, like some persons will say. Okay? So in an hour, an honor, an air. Okay? So all the letters of the three words we did mention there are silent. So we do not let them sound out when we pronounce. An is also used in front of singular countable nouns that are not specific. This time, we use elephant as an example. An elephant, an ant. Okay? Now, how about the definite article THE? You recall that almost in everyday expression you use THE. What is the use of it? Let's find out. The is used to refer to something that was previously mentioned. If I am talking to you and I say, I saw a goat, end of sentence. Now in the beginning of my next sentence, I will now say, the goat. I won't say a goat again. I will say the goat was eating grass. So the there is referring to what I had previously mentioned in the first sentence, okay? Alright. The is also used to talk about what is unique. In other words, what is one of its kind. Example, the sun. It's just one sun all over the universe, okay? The king square. These are unique things, So when you talk about things that are one of their kind, you normally use THA in front of them. Okay, now the is also used to describe the entire class of persons or things. Entire class. Assuming I have blind people, poor people. Now, in order to express them very well, I will say the blind and the poor. So in the example there we have the blind and the poor are helpless. I couldn't have said blind and poor are helpless. No, I am addressing a class, so I use THE in front of them. What other use do we have of THE? The is also used in front of names of rivers, names of oceans, names of seas, names of important places, For example, in Benin City, I can talk of the Kada Cinema. Okay? I can talk of places in Nigeria like the Aso Rock. I can talk of the River Niger, the Atlantic Ocean, and so on and so forth. This is a beautiful use of THE in write-up. So we have come to the end of this class. What points can we still remember? Don't forget, we use a and an, which are indefinite articles in a general sense. We use the to refer to specific person or thing. We use a before words that begin with consonant sounds and words that begin with vowel sound that sounds like a consonant. And lastly, we use an in front of words that begin with a vowel sound and those that begin with silent H. It has been interesting, not so? So, make progress. There is a fun game ahead of you. Please use the information from this tutorial video to answer your questions and then proceed to your assignment section. Don't forget, if you have questions and if you have to make notes, use the questions and notes section below. Okay? Don't forget I love you and I miss you. Hope to see you soon. Bye.